Climate change has impacted cherry production in several ways, good and bad. The good is we are now able to grow cherries at higher elevations, such as this orchard, which is at 670 meters. Some of the negative impacts going forward, we may be forced to reduce our irrigation.
Climate change is projected to bring warmer temperatures and a longer growing season to the BC interior, creating opportunities for cherry growers to expand production northward and into higher elevations. This expansion, however, may be limited by availability of irrigation water. Researchers at UBC Okanagan and producer cooperators are studying orchard management practices for optimizing water use and enhancing soil biological resilience in these new orchards.
This is the first time a cherry orchard has ever been planted at this elevation. So we are doing comparisons here to comparisons to other parts of the valley where cherries have been in production for several decades.
One of the main things we're investigating in this research is the effect of adding compost or adding wood chip bark mulch to soils.
We want to maintain soil health in these new orchards. In the older orchards, when we pull out old trees and put in new varieties, we often have problems. It's called replant disease. It's a common problem worldwide with fruit production. It appears to be a collection of soil nematodes and soil fungal pathogens that builds up over time.
Louise and Melanie are testing how compost and wood chip bark mulch impact soil health and microbial activity. Early results show that compost and mulch amendments reduce the abundance of nematodes in plant roots, stimulate active microbial environments, and maintain a neutral soil pH. They've also found that adding mulch had no effect on total soil nitrogen in the first 2 years after application.
Cherry trees, they're in some ways water hogs, but there is a fine line. So if we are forced to reduce our irrigation, are we conserving water by using these mulches? What is the cost benefit in order for a producer to purchase and go through the effort of putting out compost or mulch? Will it outweigh the costs? And so those are things that we are looking for with this research trial. We're also looking at single drip line irrigation, dual drip line irrigation, and deficit irrigation. So following harvest, what they will do is they will reduce our irrigation by between 25 and 50%. And we will monitor the effects that will have on our crop.
We'll measure both the stress response of the trees and then also any effect that there is on the fruit quality and the yield in the next year.
Studies in Europe have shown that it is possible to decrease the amount of water applied after harvest by as much as 50% and not affect fruit production in succeeding years.
Research trials are needed to build confidence. In my experience working with fruit growers, they want to know what happened in the field. Where did you do these trials? How many years did you offer this trial? Was it repeated? And what was the end result? And that's good information for our producers, because if we can start reducing our water, then this is how we learn how to do it, through these research trials.
After a year, post-harvest deficit irrigation has had no detrimental effect on fruit quality and yield at Coral Beach Farms. This may be a promising strategy to reduce water consumption in cherry production. This project is part of the work being delivered by the BC Agriculture and Food Climate Action Initiative. CAI develops tools and resources to assist BC farmers and ranchers with adapting to impacts of climate change.